Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader training room for Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. Set the disclosure aside. We do have an inventory report session at 10:30. Pound Aussie in a successful long trade, already hitting target 1. 8:30 start time on that, and there is target 2. Just hitting that, so 20 and 32 pips. Targets 1 and 2 so far. Our next goal is target 3. YM stopping out of an early trade. And setting up a long trade. Hasn't triggered yet. YM in a downtrend this morning so far. Crude in a long trade. First trade of the morning. Long from 62.77. YM long did trigger. So that will be a get in sync possibility at 9:30 mark or 8:30 Central. Market open. Soybeans in a long trade that's gone too far, already at break even. And YM trade goes away from us, going past money management, so that takes the trade off the table. Nothing on the micro Russell. Market is open. New long trade on soybeans. Looks like we touched the entry, so I'm going to say push that up a tick, make it 61.5. I would take the stop down to 57 flat as well. Hide it behind the 50 EMA. Micro Russell moving a lot, but no trades. Long trade on the YM. should be in that. And that's running quickly to target 1. That's one and done. And that should have been a fairly easy trade to get into. Still nothing on the micro Russell. Unleaded picks up a target 1 on the short side. Long never did trigger, and it did cancel. So we picked up the short as a get in sync. Trail down to 1228. So target 1 traders, you're done. Target 2 traders go 1244 to 1228. 16 ticks. 32 tick win. And need another trade. Soybeans still not in the trade. Crude in the long. YM. Stop at 439. And low of 440, so we're still in the trade. Stop on the pound Aussie trade moves up to 828. YM stops out, so that ends that session. Short trade on unleaded. Full stop out on crude. So we'll move unleaded up. YM. Looks like micro Russell just stopping out of a long trade, or micro NQ rather. That trade was too early. There's a short trade. I would adjust that around the 200, and we trigger in. And our entry there plotted was 316 flat, and the 200 EMA was 315 and a half. I'd move that down to 315 flat. Still triggered and stopped out, so that is a loss. Loss, and that is in our start time, so that is a full loss on micro NQ. Micro Russell is a break even, and that's a valid trade. Looks like that's a duplicate of an earlier trade, I think. 0.3 needed to move down 1. It's a break even, definitely. Crude with a short trade now. Target 2 on crude is at the session low. That will be interesting. Soybeans adjustment kept us out of a losing trade. Soybeans with a get in sync short. That's a white trade that was actually not a stop and reverse. So that actually we should be in that trade on soybeans since we were not actually in the prior trade. The calculator was filtering that out as a hybrid mode, stop and reverse. That is not the situation that we're in. So we were not in the long trade because of our adjustment. So that actually is, that was one tick above the 50. Yeah, I'd have taken that down to 57 flat, which is where it's set up. So that should be we should be short then on soybeans. Unleaded short seems to be doing well. Crude short also doing well. We just need a second break even to bring unleaded to positive, or to positive, and our two break even trades, or two money management trades. Long trade on the micro Russell and a long trade on the micro NQ. Three needs to move up one. 92.6, 92.5. And we triggered the long trade on the micro NQ and now taking heat. See where this one goes. This is a larger than normal trade. Target one not big enough to make it a gold target. So target 2 is still our gold target. Pound Aussie up to 829 for the trailing stop. Micro Russell taking a full stop out, as did the Micro NQ. That's 2 losses each. Getting caught up in the noise. Please do say hello in the chat. We'll take this one to about 10:15. And then we'll shut it down and be back in about 10 minutes with the crude oil inventory report at 10. I'll try to open that up around 10:25. Report at 10:30. We'll wait 2 minutes and then start taking trades at 10:32. Pound Aussie moving up to 832. All right. Crude short, unleaded short, soybean short. Micro Russell, Micro NQ are flat, and the Pound Aussie is long. YM is done. Pound Aussie trying to reach target 3. Right, nothing much happening. Sideways price action all along the board. Pound Aussie stock remains the same. Soybeans back almost to the entry. Crude trying to push down. Entry was at 49. Unleaded also trying to push down. And crude just going zebra stripe sideways. See if it goes up or down from here. Unleaded as well. There is a new short on the micro Russell. It did trigger in. We weren't watching. Down again. 86.8. And that is loss number 3 on micro Russell. So that ends the session on the micro Russell. Pound Aussie stop moves up to 834. Still short crude, short unleaded, short soybeans. YM and micro Russell are done. Flat on the micro NQ. Long on the pound Aussie. Crude and unleaded and slightly negative now. Unleaded testing the 20 SMA. And a reversing trade setup on the pound Aussie that still have the stop at 34. That's also where the reversing entry would be, so we would not be taking that trade. We would be power quitting. 2 targets and a trailer up above target 1, trailer at 834 would put us at power quitting. Micro Russell long trade that we're not going to be participating in. That session is done. Losing session this morning. Short trade on the micro NQ. Looks like we probably got money management on that micro Russell trade. Yep, we went one tick beyond the target, so that is going to be money management there. Crude testing the balance line at 62.59. Unleaded testing the 20 SMA at 1192. Micro NQ in a short, soybeans in a short, crude in a short, unleaded in a short. And it looks like we did stop out on the pound Aussie, so that will end the session. Yep, 33.7, 833.7, and our stop was 834, so we are out of the pound Aussie trade. The only market index we have still running is micro NQ, and that's no longer running either because that just made its third loss. So that ends that session as a down session today. So crude long, crude short, unleaded short, soybean short, and that's all we have. Crude coming up to the 10 a.m. We will not do a 10 a.m. mini session with inventory report at 10:30. Micro NQ sets up a long trade, hasn't triggered. We will not participate in that because our session there is complete. Crude, unleaded, and soybeans are our remaining charts. There was a full loss on trade number 1. Unleaded, target 1 traders are power quitting, and target 1 in the first trade. Target 2 traders picking up 32 ticks there. Needing another trade to get to power quitting. We are positive, currently positive, but we need another at least money management trade. Micro Russell trade stops out for a break even. Micro NQ long trade cancels, short trade setup. Again, that is outside of the trade plan, so not taking that trade. Unleaded back in positive territory. Crossover filter didn't keep us out of the long on unleaded, but it did filter the trade. We didn't never hit the entry anyway. Short trades on both Micro Russell and Micro NQ. Obviously not participating in those. Unleaded pushing down a little bit ahead of crude this time. And now it's pulling back up to the entry. Another loss on Micro NQ. Micro NQ and Micro Russell catapult just a little out of sync today. Caught up in the noise. Micro Russell trade, short trade still valid. And another short on Micro NQ. Well, yeah, 10 o'clock bounce. All right. We have a stop and reverse long on crude. Entries at 56. Yeah, so it'll be 58. I think that's going to keep us in the short. Yep. We are still in the short. Short on crude, short on unleaded. Definitely going to be the last trade of the session on crude. That would have been an exit point only because it was after 10 o'clock. Stopped out, so the stop and reverse exit is off the table. Although that is certainly a way to reduce risk on this trade. Trying to push down to 33 for money management. There it is, end target. So this will be a power quitting trade. Well, it is the final trade. That is target one. For crude and target one for unleaded. That will be power quitting there. 18 ticks for target one. 29 on offer for target two. Long trade risk was 19, so we're down 38. Picked up 18, so we're down 20. And 29 on offer at target two, so we need target two to get positive. Money management was 1127. That last bar closed at 1128. So hasn't printed the stop yet, but we definitely are there. Our entry was 1169, so it'll be 1168. So 32 and 2 so far. Micro Russell continues to just be noisy. Picking up a break even, another break even after a loss and following the break even. I think this is actually a valid long, hitting the stop before hitting the entry. Currently on the Micro Russell, but we're again not participating in that. Still short on crude. Target two position still in play. Target two and trail position still working on unleaded. All targets still in play on soybeans. 7 more minutes. I'll need to shut this stream down. Get ready for the crude inventory report. Unleaded stop looks like it'll come down to 1161. So 3 charts are short: crude, unleaded, and soybeans. And those are our only active charts. At the moment, everything else is done. Go ahead and put unleaded back where it belongs. Since the Russell is done. Unleaded with target 2. So 32 and 73. Trailing now. Trailer down to 1141. And crude picks up target 2. So that gets the 9 a.m. session 9 ticks positive. We were down 20 and target 2 was worth 29. 9 ticks positive on the session, 2 trades. Stop and reverse adjustment keeping us out of, or keeping us in the short trade, not stopping out. And that would have been an exit point only, because it was after 10 o'clock. $1131 micro in, all right, sorry, for unleaded. $1169.38. So plus 70, plus 7, yeah, plus 70 and 73 plus 143 at minimum unleaded. Looks like we're going to pick up another 5 ticks. There it is, 111126. Stick around for a minute or so. Looks like soybeans is not going to resolve in the time we have. And I believe unleaded stopped down. 1121, yep. No, I was 1126, yeah. That was the. So unleaded stops out for power of quitting. Crude got to power of quitting, leaving us only soybeans. And time to call it a morning. I'll be back in about 10 minutes with the crude oil inventory report set up. Report at 10:30. Start trading at 10:32. Everyone have a good one. We'll see you back shortly.